The notification popped up on my phone while I was waiting for my coffee. A LinkedIn message. I almost swiped it away, thinking it was another recruiter. But the preview text made my hand freeze. It said, "Caleb, you probably don't know who I am, but I'm your." A cold dread filled my veins. I hurried back to my fancy Austin apartment, the one I worked so hard to get, and I opened the message. It was from Richard Walsh. My father. A ghost from my past. He wrote a long message about how he had followed my accomplishments from afar and was so proud of me. He said he found God and started a new family and felt a deep need to reconnect and make amends for past mistakes. He signed it, "Your father, Rick." I felt sick. His nice words tried to erase my whole life, all the years of struggle with my mom, the times we had no money for food or electricity. He talked about his mistakes like they were small things, not abandoning a child. I called my best friend Isaiah, the only one who knew how hard it was growing up. He was furious. He said Rick was not looking for a son. He was looking for a successful person to brag about. For days, the message sat in my inbox, haunting me. I felt a cold anger growing inside me. He did not get to be proud of me. He lost that right. So I opened Twitter. I took a screenshot of his message and I wrote a tweet. I said it was funny he wanted a relationship now that the hard part was over. I asked where he was during all the hard times. I said he did not get to be proud of me. I posted it. At first, nothing happened. Then a big account shared my tweet. Suddenly, my phone exploded with notifications. Retweets, likes, comments. 1,000 people saw it. Then 10,000. People used the info from his message to find him online. They found his Facebook profile with pictures of his new wife, Brenda, and his 2 teenage daughters. They found his small business and left bad reviews. I watched it all happen, feeling powerful and horrified at the same time. I had started a fire I could not control. Then I got a new message. A Facebook message request from Brenda Walsh. Her profile picture showed a woman with kind eyes. The preview of her message read, "Caleb, I am Rick's wife. What you have done is... My God, you have no idea. The girls are hysterical. You need to call this off right now. You need to call me. There's something you don't." The rest was cut off. I stared at my phone, my blood running cold. What did I not know? After an hour of worrying, I called Brenda. She answered immediately. Her voice was not just angry. It was filled with a raw panic that scared me. She told me Rick was in the hospital. The stress from my tweet caused a heart problem. He was stabilized, but it was serious. Then she said that was not the main reason she called. She said I had no idea what I had awakened. She told me a story I did not believe. She said my mom made Rick choose. It was him or her. She said it was not about me. She said it was about a dangerous man my mom was with after Rick left. She said Rick was scared this man would hurt us, and leaving was his way of protecting me. This new story shattered everything I knew about my mom. She was always so careful, so good. She never mentioned a dangerous man. I told Brenda she was lying to protect her husband. She yelled that I was an idiot and that I had painted a target on all of us by digging up the past. Then she hung up. I called Isaiah, and he was worried. He said this was getting too serious. What if there was some truth to it? I needed to know the truth. I emailed my mom's old friend, Aunt Sarah. I asked her about the dangerous man. Her reply was short and scary. She told me to stop digging. She said that was a chapter my mom never wanted opened. She said for my own safety, I should let it go. She said some ghosts are better left buried. Her email terrified me because she did not deny it. Then I got a Twitter message from an anonymous account. It was just a default profile picture. The message had a grainy, old newspaper photo. It showed my mom, much younger, being led out of a courthouse by police officers. Her hands were in cuffs. The headline was blurry, but I could see the words in connection with the embezzlement of. My heart stopped. My mom? Arrested? It could not be real. The anonymous account sent another message. It said, your dad wasn't the villain. He was the witness. My whole world turned upside down. Then a final message came. You shouldn't have dragged the past into the light, Caleb. Some people have worked very hard to keep it buried. Watch your back. As I read those words, my apartment intercom buzzed loudly. I was not expecting anyone. My heart pounded. I walked over and pressed the button. Hello. A staticky, unfamiliar man's voice answered. Caleb Mitchell? I've got a delivery for you. Need you to sign for it in person. I stood frozen by the intercom, the man's voice echoing in my head. A delivery? This late? It made no sense. My heart was trying to punch its way out of my chest. Every instinct told me this was wrong. The anonymous message flashed in my mind. Watch your back. This was it. This was what that meant. I had to think. I couldn't just let him up. I pressed the button again, my finger shaking. Who is it from? I asked, trying to sound normal. There was a pause, a crackle of static. It doesn't say, sir. Just a package. I need a signature. His voice was flat, professional, but it felt wrong. Just leave it at the front desk, I said, my voice tighter than I wanted. I can't do that, sir. Company policy. Has to be hand to hand. That was a lie. I get packages left at the desk all the time. This was a threat. This was about the tweet, about the photo of my mom, about the past I had dragged into the light. Not interested, I said, and I released the button, my whole body trembling. I immediately called down to the front desk of my building. Jorge, the night security guard, answered. Hey Jorge, it's Caleb in 1204. Did a delivery guy just come in? He buzzed me about a package. Jorge sounded confused. No, Mr. Mitchell. It's quiet down here. No one has come in the last 20 minutes. The ice in my veins turned to pure fear. The guy wasn't in the lobby. He was down in the secure entryway, meaning he had gotten past the main building door. He was right there, waiting. I told Jorge what happened. I told him not to let anyone up and to keep an eye out. I hung up and peered through the peephole of my apartment door. The hall was empty and quiet. I backed away, locking the deadbolt and putting the chain on. I grabbed my phone and saw a new message from the anonymous account. It was just 2 words. Smart move. They were watching. They knew I didn't take the bait. I slid down the wall onto the floor, clutching my phone. The revenge I wanted so badly had blown a hole in my life, and now the monsters from my parents' past were crawling out of it, and they were right outside my door.